Okay, so let's take a look. eXp is exploring a new logo
exponentially
to expand their brand identity. I guess I don't know. That was probably not the best, but yeah, we're good. I was really searching. I actually text Dan and Matt. I was like, okay, what's a word that starts with EXP and means rebrand?
Well, we should have Tim. I mean, he was the king of that stuff.
Couldn't find nothing. So I was really just trying for some alliteration in the show.
I went with expansionary, exploratory, experimental, expressive.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to make expressive work, but I did like it because it's kind of expressing who they are via a logo. So this is their current logo, everyone.
And is that supposed to be a house, or is that supposed to be EXP turned into a house?
And then like a 9 under. I don't know what the upside down V sideways 9 is. Oh,
so that's your X.
That's a house.
And then if you go sideways, it's an E kind of, or it's a 9 because maybe they started with 9 agents, and then the little house window, the orange part is the P.
All right, so Melissa says the blah logo. So this is their current logo.
Howard is all.
Melissa Mara said Tim left, so they have to freshen up. Howard said expired. Yeah, so they're expiring their new logo. David says it's a house for sale sign. Is it a house for sale sign?
I've always wondered what that little blob is. It's been so weird and dated looking to me. So I'm actually excited they changed.
Christian. I think Christian, aren't you EXP, Christian? Or did you real? Did you go real yet? If you haven't gone real, maybe they're making this new brand. Yeah. Christine Halverson says 4 colors. Well, if you count the gradients, it's a lot of color.
It's a lot of color in there.
A lot of color. You have to do a full color print to get these right. All right. So this is their current logo. Let me show you. I got to share my screen with a different, hang on. Let's go to what their new logo might look like. And then I want to talk a little bit about businesses that get logos.
I think Adam is with eXp.
Adam is with eXp? Okay, good.
We said we have a new logo, plus the old one is just fine.
There you go. There's the new eXp logo.
Nice.
All right. So what do we think? Is this good? Is this bad? Indifferent? You might notice. And so this is a little bit unofficial. I got this from someone who wants to remain anonymous, honestly. So I talked to him or her about it, and they said, nah, just keep the name out of it. They are a part of an eXp agent group, and this was shared in that agent group about them looking at an update. So Christine Huberson says no. Tim says, I saw it getting some hate, but I think it's a good, clean update. Christian Harris says, close my indie brokerage and move the C-Town team powered by eXp Realty over to eXp.
See, that's a lot of eXp. Is that the whole title? The C-Town team powered by eXp Realty over to eXp.
Oh, wow. Howard said upside down, it's DYE. Wait a minute. What?
Oh my God, I've blown my mind. Oh.
You know, upside down real spells real. So hopefully they weren't going for that.
I think they did that on purpose.
All right, Dan Mack. All right, here we go. He said, I'm an eXp agent and I like the new logo much better. All right.
I agree with that. I like it better, but it still left this reviewer blah.
So this is a 2-color logo, which Zach Kennedy says, I like monochromatic versions. They are secondary colors and agents can brand to their personal marketing colors as well, which I think is cool. Adam said, yep, you guys have to realize that eXp desires for agents to create their own brand. My brand is Twin Ports Real Estate by eXp.
Wait. You can... Yeah, you get your own brand, but you got to say powered by or
EXP. You have to include EXP on the logo. State regulations require that. So you still got to use this logo. Pete Thorpe said, did they consult with American Airlines or Aflac maybe?
So here's my take is that they're doing so poorly that they had to save money anywhere, and to print all those other colors on the old logo was a lot of money. So this is their way of saving some cash.
So Ryan Boker says, why is there an upside down Y in the middle of the logo?
Yeah.
All right. So
why? I don't know.
Let's take a look at one more logo. This is a little bit similar to, I feel like, and maybe they saw it and we're
Is
like,
this where we go down the rabbit hole?
We're going to start the rabbit hole here. Okay. So maybe they were like, let's take a look at what other logos are out there and see what we can do with this really pesky X. You know, X is very difficult, right? If you don't have a good, oh wait, this is not the right, hang on. Not the right link here. Let me get on a better link. Sorry, I'm going to show you this logo. We'll kind of compare and see if maybe open image and new tab. Give me just a second. I got to reshare. This is a lot of driving right now. Oh yeah. Stretch. Okay.
I'm supposed to be vamping, but no, I do. Okay, so I was joking when I said the money saving thing, because actually they're having a great quarter, or they had a great third quarter. But I think it's better. It's still blah to me, but it's better. That I just never liked that little four cornery blobby thing. I never understood it. I like the house thing I understood, but the blobby thing I didn't get.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's all right. So that's interesting.
That's weird.
That's weird.
So they have they
have like an upside down Y facing the other direction.
It looks, wait a second.
Yeah, that's
I knew I had seen this somewhere before, like where they took a part of the X and made it into like part of something else.
Yeah, that's weird. Huh. That's a pretty cool brand identity.
I mean, it's so cool that they literally stole it from somewhere in Arkansas.
So this is also interesting. You guys see the FedEx logo that I'm showing you right now. If you pay a close attention to the E and X, this is won all kinds of design awards because the arrow, there's an arrow pointing to the right that kind of like subliminally denotes going forward, moving forward, right? Well, if you note the eXp logo is actually, because they did it on the other side, they made the little X on the other side, there's a subliminal backwards arrow, and some people are like, oh no, why did they do that? So that I thought that was interesting.
Oh, that's crazy. I only see the arrow now. Yeah, buy with down by eXp. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Do y'all see the arrow that I'm talking about? Surely you'll see between the E and the X. Howard says, ooh, the arrow. Oh, this is getting spicy. All right. So let's go down one more rabbit hole. I think a lot of people had hate for the previous logo. All right. I'm going to pull up the previous logo one more time because it's important for science. But where I'm going to pull up this, like, where do you think this logo came from, Dan? If you had to guess.
Well, I know.
Oh, you know. So a lot of people said, hey, this looks like something from Fiverr did. And we're just really dogging on this logo for a long time.
Yeah, I was kind of indifferent, but I didn't like that blobby thing.
There was a lot of hate for the blob. And I have to tell you that if that was your opinion of their old logo, it wouldn't be far from the truth. Here is the logo tournament order from 11 years ago that cost eXp $600. I guess they forgot that this was public. But you can see exactly what they told the designers. They want number 1, integrity, number 2, expertise, number 3, virtual. Those were the key names.
Wait, why is number 3 virtual? That should have been up there. Oh my God.
Right? So if you type in logo design, eXp Realty logo, you'll find somebody named Buyer Tours who has ordered the logo. And this is the official thing. This is where they got it.
But they have the old options are available too.
Oh yeah, like it shows you like their the different themes that they like: masculine, colorful, modern, secure, the different watermarks they like, and pictorial marks. So they went through a lot of trouble, and they did exactly what normal people would do in Logo Arena. But I thought, wow, 11 years ago, they're sitting there thinking like, man, how can we get somebody to design a logo? We need a bunch of ideas. I know what I want, but I have no idea what logo I want. You know what? Let's go to Logo Arena.
Right. Should we pay a designer $50 grand a year to do this, and that's their entire job, or should we just go to like Fiverr?
Christine Alvis said 600 paid just too much for that logo. Clip art, 99 designs. So some of you are so close to that.
I got 99 designs, and a good one ain't one.
But this is the most interesting part that I thought of. You can't really see it very well on the screen, so I'll read it to you. He said, we have a separate tournament for .net Realty and powered search realty going on. We're trying different names and logo strategies for the eventual company. We like eXp as a prefix for a number of ideas for our website, i.e. explore, search for properties, experts, our agents, express, our blog, expansion, our growth plans, exposure, how we market your property, etc. That's a little much for me, but
etc.
And here were companies that they listed as companies that they wanted to be like or pull ideas from. Redfin, realestate.com, Maybon.com, Zip Realty, Windmere, John L. Stott, Sotheby's, and Connected Realty, and Coldwell Banker. So I thought that was really interesting that they were looking at all these others saying, okay, these are our kind of competitors and what we want to look like. He said other ideas, thinking of the real estate office of the future. It's a small boutique office with a virtual receptionist, a couple of small conference rooms, an espresso machine, maybe some curvy walls. That's where the blob comes from.
Curvy walls.
Curvy walls. Kind of like an Apple store, but for real estate. Well, I don't know.
They went literal with the curvy walls.
If you haven't noticed, the Apple store is full of curvy. Oh, wait. It's all straight, actually.
Yeah.
Howard. See you later, buddy. He's going to a Zoom call.
Thanks, dude.
Dusty Martin's joining us. She says, hey, dudes. How's it going, Dusty? Adam said way better than the new R. When they went from R to R for the realtor.
Yes,
that's true. But they are laughing all the way to the bank. Shows logos are not that important. Yeah, that's true. Who did NAR use? Yeah, wasn't it like $200,000 for the R that was never used?
$250,000.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the proposals. Now, an artist can withdraw their proposal, but I have to say,
redacted.
Yeah, based on the other options, they chose the clear winner.
Yeah.
Now, this one was pretty close if you're selling TPs.
One.
Yeah, it's a TP, though, which could be offensive in some parts of the country.
Do a TP. Oh, there's a little house one. I like that one. That one looks like.
What is that one with the? Yeah, that's a terrible one.
That looks like boobs.
Order by ranking. So that's what we're looking at, though. So
wouldn't it be funny if you ordered by ranking and the one they picked was like 15th,
second or something? Yeah. So I mean, I was looking through them earlier, being like, could you see eXp with that one? No. Oh wait, look at this one. Ooh. The virtual real estate company. Huh. That looks really similar to what they currently have redesigned, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, and this one has the arrow. And there's a house in it.
And there's a house in it. Oh,
sideways house, and it's an arrow pointing that way.
Except, well, the problem is the new eXp logo, because it's a rounded E, a lowercase e, it doesn't have any of that.
Right. I like that one a lot. I like their colors, by the way, the blue and the orange. If they had the blue and the orange on that eXp logo right there that you were just on, that might be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that that one was from 11 years ago and they kind of went towards that way. Oh, there's the arrow.
There's an arrow.
That arrow does not look like an arrow.
Not look good. That is not. They tried to do FedEx wrongly.
They've gone, ooh, that one's kind of cool.
So this eXp Realty looks like an SD card.
But goofy, but A, look at the pixels on it.
Okay, yeah, that's very similar to Pixel property.
And B, that's kind of smart though. I kind of like that one.
It's good. Kind of a mix between the old Xerox logo, like the really old Xerox logo.
Yeah, it's a little old feeling, but it's a cool thing.
All right, so I just thought that was really interesting. Now look at this. Look at these gold ones out the bottom. That is way more close to exactly what they have now. It's like they took this. I mean, that's almost exactly what they did, actually.
They just went back to the original $600 purchase and picked one and changed the colors.
We're just going to, you know what? We're not going to order a new logo.
Right.
Let's get our, quote, graphics team to design a new logo. By the way, guys, here's our original order.
Right. If you guys want to comb through here and they're all, oh, cool, thanks.
Yeah. Wow. So we're not getting very many comments on it. I thought you guys would find that way more interesting than I did, because we actually hired a graphics designer to design our logo and look at everything. But this is a fascinating historical thing if you go back and look at this logo arena where they're talking about, see, the buyer tours is the account holder, and they responded to all these artists, telling them what they wanted and why they wanted it, what they were thinking about, and what was going through their mind whenever they designed their original eXp logo. So I thought that was cool.
I mean, and whatever you feel, that is weird, but however you feel about the logo, like it or not like it or indifferent, it's still cool to see the process. I think that's a great find, buddy. Nice work. Dude, that was investigative work here on the Dude Men of Real Estate Show.
A little bit of investigative. Yeah.
And me finding quotes from 5 years ago and real numbers on, that's what have
it's
we
like
done today?
We have stumbled upon journalism.
I keep, by the way,
journalism light. Let's be
very, very light. But I always have that thought in the back of my head because I research throughout the week to stay on top of my game and then look for stuff for the show. I look about 3 or 4 times a week at stories and then share them. I always have that thought in the back of my head. I'm kind of like researching right now. I'm kind of like digging into. I'm like a journalist a little bit here. We got to be careful.
Yep. Oh, so Christian Harris says, I think a lot of agents. So we have some eXp comments. So I just want you to know that if you comment on the show promoting your brokerage, that's fine. But I'm always going to play devil's advocate. Okay. So Christian Harris says, I think a lot of agents and teams come over to eXp because of the branding flexibility, not because of their stock logo is awesome, which it's not. Well, that's true, but you do have to use that logo on all of your branding. And if you decide to pay a real estate company 80 or 20% of your income, and then you get some back with stock options because you're vested in the company, you actually own part of this company. And I think you should know what the logo looks like. Secondly, if you're actually paying a brokerage to be at that brokerage, then you should appreciate being with that brokerage and be proud of it, right? That brokerage should hold some weight, and the weight should be equal to the value in which you receive. And if you're at a no fees, 100% brokerage, and you're not receiving any other value and keeping all your money, in my opinion, that's probably ideal to be a situation in which you don't have to display that everywhere. You kind of create your own brand and do your own thing. You make 100%, the brokerage isn't giving you anything. However, if you're a member of another brokerage that really takes pride in the brand and tries to spread the brand, taking marketing dollars away from what you have to spend, because then it gives more value when someone says, hey, I'm with I Sell Houses Realty, and everyone goes, oh, yeah, I've heard of them. I know them. I'm familiar with them. I have a relationship with that brand, right? So let's say Coca-Cola decides, you know what? We're going to decentralize our brand. All the regional Coke manufacturers that make Coke, you could call it whatever you want. Just put our little Coke logo at the bottom.
Right.
The problem that consumers are going to have is a lack of consistency with the product. And so when someone says, I want to join a brokerage because I could do my own thing and have my own brand, you're not trusting the quality of the brokerage in which you're currently at, or the brand in which the brokerage that you're about to join, because you want to do your own thing and have complete control of the quality and process, which is totally fine. But why are you paying them so much money? So you should not pay a lot of money at a brokerage that doesn't require, and that's the trade-off. You then have to do all your own marketing. You then have to do all your own videos. You then have to do, pay. Whereas some brokerages will take that burden of payment off of you, but then they are going to be their brand centric, because that's what they want people to know. Whenever someone mentions that brand, that brand should have meaning, and the meaning and weight of that brand should equate to the value in which you're paying and the value which you're receiving. Adam Johnson says, you can't honestly tell me that RE/MAX has quality control over their agents. Yeah, right.
They actually do. We have very, very tight guidelines to how we can do what. Now, whether or not they do it is, that's tough, because with 158,000 agents or whatever, it's hard to and all over the world, it's hard to control all that. But we do. We have very tight guidelines when we do signs. Although I got around one, I can't say what I did. But if you guys ever see one of my listing signs around here in Southern California, you're going to notice pretty quickly.
Yeah. All right. So Dusty Martin said, that's exactly right. And that's why I left my own brokerage. I paid 20% and nada in return.
So value is
Patrick
what you're
Ellis, Home Inspections joining the show. Hey, sir. He says, Mike Drop Ray. Edward Carlos says, well said. And Christian agrees. He said, just saying the logo itself of a company has limited value by itself, though I think aesthetics do matter. It's the attached feeling and association that comes with the brand, which is not the same thing as the logo. That is true, the attached feeling and association with the brand. But if you are at a brokerage that doesn't require you to display or put that brand everywhere, or you just say powered by and it's really small, or you just say with and it's really small, then that brand is basically telling you that you're going to be the one carrying the burden of marketing. You're going to be the one carrying the burden of branding yourself and not relying on us to do that. They're going to give you different resources, but just make sure those resources match the value in which you're paying, or you should move or go out on your own as an independent. Chris Murray said, each office is independently owned and operated, and our per agent performance speaks for itself. That sounds like a ad.
It's true though.
Well, and so Remax is a model and which does give some agents freedom, but you also have a brand guideline and you have what you're supposed to do. And though each office is independently owned and operated, you are part of a franchise. So you do have some controls as a franchise agreement.
But I don't have to put powered by.
You don't have, well, no, you're just with Remax.
Right? I'm powered by, I don't know, a half of a bagel and cream cheese in the morning. That's what I'm powered by.
That would be an awesome ad. Realtor powered by coffee. Billie Jean says, logo says a lot about credibility marketing wise. That's true. I think logos may be more important in the future. I think for years they haven't been that important because, I mean, people were Xeroxing stuff. I think nowadays logos kind of hold a little more weight to them. People are looking for something to associate with.
Well, now, I mean, if you really think about logos, like you can think about Nike, and if you just see that swoosh, you already know.
Yeah.
You know, and there's which brand was it? It was McDonald's, or it was some huge brand that they're like, you know, we're not even going to put our logo on stuff. You're just going to see these colors and know where this food came from. Like that was their marketing campaign.
Color is a huge brand.
But Billie Jean has another comment. She says, I feel like if you're going to go through the trouble of a rebrand, it needs to be a little more creative and groundbreaking than that. The Coldwell Banker rebrand last year was very different from their prior look. And same with
well, we talked about, so one of the reasons we talked about these logo brands because it's fun for us, but we talked about Coldwell Banker looking very baseball. You remember the logo? The new Coldwell Banker looks like a Colorado Rockies baseball team.
Yeah, and also that star reminded me of some flags from around the world.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of looked a little bit. Melissa Mara said, "Powered by pork roll and cheese on a bagel." Isn't there a dispute about what pork roll is called? It's like pork roll.
Pete has the next comment. Taylor Ham.
Oh, there it is. Taylor Ham. Okay, yeah, I knew there was something.
So Taylor Ham makes pork roll. That's the argument. What do you call it? But anyway, but also remember that.
Realtor powered by caffeine, whiskey, and depression.
Dude, that's me. Like you just summed me up in a nutshell, and apparently Clayton too. But remember the Century 21? They did that whole C20. I loved their new logo. I loved it. But that's they didn't change any of their infrastructure, and then the dude came back to Remax, and then they're kind of left floundering. But they look cool. They have a cool logo.
They do have a much cooler, more modern logo. Change led by Nick Bailey, who's now at Remax and was on our show. Look up the previous show. Maybe we'll note up the show up there. Tim says it's the idea that the broker is the platform you run your business on. The broker brand for companies like eXp is only there to supplement the agent's brand, not to be the main one. Oh, I didn't display. There's Tim. Yeah. Yep. So it's just a different model.
And Tim would know because he left. Oh, wait, he left.
He got real.
He got really real.
No, Taylor Ham is the brand. The pork roll is the thing.
C21. They make movies now. Yeah.
Yeah. Citrus 21. There was also, you remember when we talked about Citrus 21 being bankrupt, and it was just a little blurb that came across, but it was like some kind of little mall outlet.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. It was like a clothing outlet.
Well, because they stayed with the old logo, obviously.